gonna be a good one. Here we go.
Makes no difference what you're going through. You're gonna make it. God's gonna see you through. Hold your head up. Put a smile on your face. This is another chapter. For your blessing. For your miracle.
Good morning. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Oh, yes. It's been a rough 2 days down here in the ATL. They call this hot Lanta. We call it cold Lanta now. It was wild, man. Ice, snow, sleet, everything that God wanted to send at us, he sent at us. The only thing he didn't send at us is fire and brimstones, okay? Thank God for that. But we had an opportunity to stay calm, to stay put, learn more about who we are as people. It's a remarkable thing when you're absolutely forced to do something that you didn't expect when it comes from weather, okay? But also the things when it comes from life. And I said, I got this episode of this broadcast is very, very dear to my heart now, because the last broadcast before we went hit this storm hit, it was we talked a lot about boys and their mothers and femininity and emotion, what young dudes go through and they don't realize they're very emotional, and I'm very adamant about, especially young men that they swear they ain't going through that, and then when something happens they break down and you can see it just comes right on out, but you're the guy that said, I don't go through that, I have to deal with the mother issue and taking on my mother's emotion. And a lot of young cats are out there that do it, even if they deny it, they do it. Okay? And this broadcast is gonna be on those same type of lines. I like to say it's similar, but not the same. But it's real similar. You're gonna see in some aspects. The name of the broadcast today is Businessmen or Bondsmen. You make the choice. Period. We have a decision to make, especially with our men, but our women are going to jail at a rapid rate as well. We just act like we don't even see that. We act like we don't even see that. We just close our eyes to it, and we believe in that it's not happening to our young sisters as well. Okay, but it is. So we do have a choice, and we either help them or not, because that's the choice that it seems like our children have today. It's either they're going to be business like, or they're going to be seeing the bondsman. and they're gonna get locked up. And it's happened to brothers and sisters at an alarming rate, because a lot of times it's not really happening to us. Our children really hasn't been to jail or prison, but they are on a crash course with that thing if we don't check it, you know. I never thought I'd see one of my children get locked up, but they did. You know, I never thought I'd get locked up, but I did. But I didn't do no time. I'm grateful for that. But I've done some overnighters. I've done quite a few of those, and I'm just glad that I never really got caught up where, you know, I had any felonies, you know, and I didn't really want to hurt people. But these days, man, in a whole long life, and generation, you meet these kids and these young adults that do some hard criminal activity, and they do, a lot of them do get time, and we gotta try to figure out how to prevent that. Now, part of this broadcast was dedicated to my sister up in that Durham area. Her name is Miss V. I'll call her Miss V. Okay? And Miss V, we had a long conversation yesterday. It was somewhat intense, sometimes confusing, but it seemed like we were talking about business and how to get our young cats to be more engulfed with business and changing the system. And excuse me, just a second of it. Okay, thank you. So we had so I'm constantly trying to say, okay, these are the issues, we can fix these issues, right? And it kept converting back to it was weird how the system is beating our brothers down, because she deals with incarcerated men and they get out, and we know most people that lives in our society today don't even really have a clue about business. And now you got these young criminals coming out, and they really want to do well. They want to change their lives. But there's nothing available for them when they get out. Because a lot of times what happens is they get out and they go try to get a job, and they got this record. So they don't let them back in the door. We all know that. They don't let them in the door, and they end up going back. There's a revolving door for a lot of these cats, because they're going to go back to what they know. Who doesn't know that? We all know that. But the conversation was about the politicians and blah, 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 what they doing to our men and blah, blah, blah. And we understand all that. My biggest thing is, what do we do about it? And we can. You know, being from the, you know, the drug era, you know, now is the era. The whole thing is the era now. It's a blur. But coming from the crack days, and it was just it's so weird to know that when people get involved in that, in the drug scene, and then they have to get out of it and then convert their brain. How do they convert their brain to business and they don't even hardly know anything about business. I was talking to one of my brothers up in Michigan last night. We got a chance to get to meet each other, and he told me he wanted some products that he didn't want to be denied when he gets when the product, he offers a product like toilet paper, and toilet paper is nobody will deny. Well, I got news for you, brother. Oh, people will deny you even with toilet paper. Am I right? And if they don't like that kind of toilet paper, and plus, and the question was, I had to go deep. I said, dude, what do you sell? What are you selling now? Well, I don't sell anything. And then the conversation went to a point where I said, now look, you gonna listen to me? Because I'm gonna hang up. And he said, okay, I'll listen. And the deal was that I'm a CEO or CMO of a company, and my thing is education. The teaching our brothers and sisters how to get paid so they stop relying on other outside forces to relieve them of their financial strife. Okay? So, after that, asked him, was he going to listen? He started listening. And the conversation started getting a little bit more calm. It got calm because my job, my thing with him was I just want to educate him. I want to show him what's hot, what's not. Too many of our brothers and sisters, and we already know that waste a lot of time with frivolous things that's not going to get them to where they are going to be prosperous. My job is to cut through that fat faster, get them the right products and services in their hand so they can be effective not only for themselves but for others. Now, we know that our brothers and sisters are getting locked up. The solution has to be, how do we get it to either stop or get it to slow down, get it to a point where at least it's pump the brakes on the thing. This is why I like talking to ex-drug addicts and alcoholics and pimps and hoes and all that stuff. Why? Or prostitutes, I'm sorry. Why? Because they can go back into the public quicker and help our brothers and sisters going through the same thing. We all know that I'd rather deal with a recovering addict than deal with a psychologist. That's just me. I'm not saying if I had a choice, I would pick that. But I think most people need both. They just need both. And in our case, in our economy, we can, I call it flip. We can flip the dealers. We can, especially dealers, we can flip them to be awesome leaders. Excuse me. Calling you on the air.
Morning.
Hey, good morning, brother.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. You been tuning into the show. Hey, what's up, brother Q? You tuned in?
Thank God, man. Thank God for you, brother.
And thank God for you, too. We're getting ready to make a lot of changes, brother.
Good morning to my good sister over there.
She said, good morning. He must know you over there. He said you moving around or something.
No, I know she in the field.
She get here bright and early, don't she? Hey, Q.
Yes, sir.
Have you been listening in so far?
Yes, I have, sir.
Okay. Can you elaborate on what I was talking about? Because where I am right now is my mindset is completely made up that we as a community of people, if we don't begin to come up with some ideas and some resources to help the brothers and sisters that's got criminal element, criminal mindset, if we don't begin to come up with something to show them some cash flow, this thing it's only going to get worse. But now we know it's going to get better because there's people like me, there's people like you that come from that element, that cloth, and now we want to really better our lives and help other people better their lives. How you feel about that?
I mean, you're 100% correct on those statements that you just mentioned. That's actually, with my youth organization, man, with Peacocks, that's the whole motive and method, of what, that I am also doing as well, is keeping that platform, for them to be able to speak and be heard, with the many different platforms that I use to keep them from going through a life of crime. Kids, they feel like they're not being listened to, they're not being heard. I mean, the words you see, man, I just feel like it's more young people than anything. So, with this mainstream that what you're doing, man, I can't even see anything being better than what you're doing besides we all just uniting and taking it to the streets, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the antidote, man. What you're doing, this is part of the antidote, man. I think it's a simple cure. It's just that we got to reach, like you said, you got to cut through that fat quicker. So we just got to get to the kids faster than what we're doing. So people got to tune in to this broadcast. People got to come out to these events, man, and listen and be a part. People want a magic wand or they want to twinkle their nose like bewitched. That's just not the case, man. And it's not going to happen if people don't participate. People sitting back watching the news looking for some type of miracle, but they ain't praying for it. They're not being active. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And I like that word active, and I like that word proactive instead of reactive. Yeah, who's going to take the lead? Somebody's got to lead.
Well, you're leading. I'm leading. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying about it that we need the people that are having the lack of. They can follow or they can walk with us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So really, a person that wants to do better, they need to know that their own action is going to play a part in their demise or whatever takes place for the betterment of their future, being positive, or they faith without their works. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and I like that too. That faith without their works, because I like the flip side of that also. Their works without their faith. You have to have. You feel me? You feel me? Because you got your faith and your works is like your work and your faith. They go hand in hand. And is your work in vain, or are you working on the pretense that your faith, will kick in? Because some people got to keep working until they believe, right?
Yeah, right. And see, the parents, it goes back to the parents, man. They are workhorses, man. On a government standpoint, man, everybody's working, and then they feel like they losing grip. So it goes back to empowering the people in order for them to pass it down to their young ones or the youth in the community. Because if they feel like they losing grip, then how can they really teach? How can they really pass that down when they are fretful and they have a spirit of fear as well? So you got to know that you know that you know. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And like I said, what you're offering, what we're offering. And it's just a system. It's this thing that God has blessed us with, man, to able to have these different projects, these different venues, these different broadcasts, and it's for them, So people got to stand up, man. I keep preaching power to the people, meaning that we like you just said earlier, we don't have to be looking for the outside folk. Start shopping with the small businesses and keeping that in play, man. That's important to a community, man. And what I was reading yesterday.
Wait a minute, Q. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. What you were reading yesterday. Hold that thought. Calling you on the air.
Good morning. Good
morning, Patrick. Let me chime you in with Q. Hold on. Hey, Q. That's Patrick. Patrick, that's Q.
Good morning, Patrick. How you doing?
You at the top of the morning. You putting it down this morning, Q.
Thank you, sir, man. Hey, man, I love to be a part of this movement, man. This is a movement, man.
Yep.
We're really moving.
That's it.
You're so right about that, man. I'm gonna tell you, in the metaphors that I hear when I'm listening to y'all talk, it's so amazing because you talk about the parent, and you talk about the leader, and you talk about the mentors. They all as one. You know what I mean? Because we all have to lead the people that we want to go in the direction that we're trying to get them to go into, which is economic growth. And so I just hear when you talk about the parent teaching their child, or like Sir Montague, he's a mentor to us, a leader for us, and he's teaching us how to take what we got and what he got and get the cash.
That's it.
You know? So it's beautiful to be able to associate those things like faith without work is dead. So if you don't get out there and work, it says you won't eat. So we teaching the young people to have faith for one, and because you got faith and belief, then you can see your blessings come back. When you get out and work,
Oh my God. Go ahead,
the
bro.
work shows, and your work pays off, and you come back and you get to eat. You can eat. See, in the lifestyle that some of us had, not all of us, but some of us had a lifestyle where we were able to flip. I heard you talking about
Yep.
flipping
Yep.
earlier.
Yep.
Flipping, and we did that well.
Yes.
And what it taught us is that we can take something wholesale and go out and sell it retail, and then go back and buy more wholesale
That's it.
and go out and sell it
And
retail.
flip it.
And then we can get our partners and teach them how to get the same thing.
And flip it.
Right.
And flip it. Hey, check this out. I'm glad you mentioned a couple of things. One of the first things, because Q had said it, he said faith without work is dead, right? And then we got work without faith is dead, right? And now you're talking about flipping. Here we go with the flip again. The deal is, if we don't teach our kids, we flip our kids, we need our kids to flip other kids. That's what's going to make this thing move. It ain't going to be just, and like you said, the adults are very, very important. The adults are very, very important into this mix, right? But it's the youth that is the most important. Listen, I told a lady the other day, right in her face, I said, your children don't trust you anymore. Right in her face. I said, your granddaughter don't trust you. I said, and you, why? Because she done had 17 years of you. Right in her face. I said, this is a result, because the kid was being a little snappy, you know. I said, this is a result of you. Look at how she's acting. The only reason she acting like that because whatever you put into her, it wasn't enough, and she's now rebelling. But I guarantee you, I said, once we create a business for her, you watch, her attitude is going to change. She's going to have an attitude of gratitude. She's going to realize that everything you were saying to her was to help her, not to hurt her. But she done figured out a way in her whole mind that, trust this now, hear this, that the 17-year-old kid was talking about getting out the house at 18. She didn't even have a job. She didn't have no money, but she can't wait to get away from them. Now that's a topic for you right there.
But see, but this is where I want to say toot our own horn, but I say for all of us on the line right now, see, we went through something to get here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They took, like I said, on the other program, that it took a lot of perseverance, a lot of pressing forward, a lot of smackdown. I had to hear 1,000 no before I heard one yes. So I tell them that's all it takes is that one yes. It's
Yes.
like looking for a job. Waiting It's just like when you plant, you gotta wait. You know what I'm saying? And if you move before, you miss your blessing, or you out of season or something like that. So you have to just keep pushing forward, man. And that one yes is all it takes. You know, and like I said, when you was talking earlier about the men, the boss, or the bondsman. You see, people don't know what a bondsman is. That's like to define the bondsman. That's a male slave.
Yes.
We're enslaved to a lot of things, man, and I don't know if a lot of people knew what you were saying. You said bondsman, but that's a male slave, and like you said, going in and back out in the prison system, because the Bible says too, man. I will take it back to the different point that it said that my people will suffer and perish for the lack of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So I understood this right here. Money is not power. Education is not power. But information is powerful. People always say, what you don't know won't kill you. Yes, it will.
It'll kill you.
You know what I'm saying? But you don't know about chemtrails, if you don't know about this stuff in this water, this food, guess what? It will kill you if you don't know the information enough to change it.
There you go.
Information has always been powerful, man.
Oh, my God. You got it. What you say, Patrick?
No, I'm just in agreement with him. I'm working while I'm listening, man. But what he's saying is very, very true. And we've been lacking that information for a long time.
Yes.
Or we haven't went after it. And so what we have to do is we have to get out there. I mean, promoting concerts and plays and stuff like that here in the city of Flint. I had to literally hit every church, hit every club, hit every spot that somebody was at because I wanted a turnout. And if I didn't hit those, guess what? I was going to have a low show.
Yes.
Low show. You know what I mean? And so that comes back to where I'm at now. If I don't get out there and talk to the people and let the people know that we have economic growth going on, we giving them a business opportunity, I'm not going to, it's no prosperity going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. So I'm using all the skills or the experience that I've learned over the years to bring that back to this area. It's going to be up to us to do that.
You better believe it.
And what people are doing too, this is what I see people doing because I got so much to offer people, man. I'm in a position right now, man. Like even with Sir doing, I'm putting stuff in people's hands, man. Like these young guys, when I ask them, I ride around to the hood, man. I see who's doing what. I might can't reach everybody, but I'm looking and I'm just, being observant to the men, the young men in the community. So I asked them, I said, man, what you doing out here, man? You selling dope? No. I said, what you doing out here? Taking, you robbing? And they say, no. I said, you still in school? They say, yeah. And then I see that the disconnect from the community, and they trying to figure out where they're going in life, and I bring them with me. Like when I do my events, what people don't even know, I went and bought me a lot of security shirts. And I go to the hood, man. I go get guys out the project, bro, to do my security. You see what I'm saying?
Nice.
We eat, we pray before the show. Like I really go to the hood and get regular people out the streets. Some of them I might not even know. I just ride through the hood and I seen them a couple of times. I say, he don't even know I'm looking at him. You feel what I'm saying? He don't even know I'm profiling them. But I'm letting them know. I just pull up on you and say, hey, man, you know what I mean? You want to roll with me? They know who I am because I'm active. You know what I'm saying? Right. They might not know it. They know who I am because they always see me. But the thing, like you were saying, my man, is that what I've been seeing, people are sitting back trying to figure out who gonna make it. See, instead of us joining the forces and helping each other with their projects to make sure that somebody make it and that person reaches a certain point, they reach back and then they help us out. But here's the thing: you got something going on. People are looking at you saying, well, he talking about all that. He ain't made it yet. Where's his house? Where's his car? Where's his money? So they looking for something first. Yeah, they looking for something first before they decide to act on it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being a part of the movement or being a part of the vision, right. You know what I'm saying? They want to sit back until you make it. Then they going to decide, like, you know what? Oh, that worked. I'm going to try that. So people just sitting back on the back burner. You know what I'm saying? Not being in motion and trying to see what's going to work for somebody else. So we got to get out. We got to stop that as a people, man. People sit back. They don't want to invest in stuff. They don't want to invest in your vision, even though everybody don't see your vision. Like my vision. I mean, a lot of people that I thought supposed to help me or whatever, they just went there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But
Thank you,
I
man.
never did give up. So now people saying that my situation has changed. Now a lot of old people calling me, hey man, I haven't heard from you. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, well, if you don't call me, you probably never will again. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So now they got to catch up to me instead of me trying to pull and drag them.
Hey Q, I'm glad you said something about that. Now we're gonna get to the meats and potatoes. We got another call on, but just hold it tight. Watch this. There's 3 types of people. Do you know who they are? First, number 1 is the ones that make it happen. They just not something. They get up in the morning, they get going, and they just want to develop stuff. They want to create stuff for others. They just make it happen. The number 2 person is the one that watch it happen. They sit back, they hover over you, they try to say, well, let's see what you're going to do. Let's see what you got. We're going to see what you do first. And that's one of the most dangerous person. And then you got the 3rd person. They don't know what the hell is happening. Their brain dead, they don't care about themselves, they don't care about others, and they never will. And they just waiting for the day they die. But the most dangerous one is the one that watch it happen, because you don't know whether to trust them or not. You feel me?
Right. Yes, sir. And I want to just explain to the people too, man, about, my definition of what I'm understanding, what it is about the difference between a neighborhood and a community.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
Come
Like,
on.
we say we from the hood. That's the terminology we use. We've been saying community as we develop more countries and our country was awakened. So we started saying community. But the difference that I've seen between a neighborhood and a community is the hood part. My understanding is that a hood is something you put over your face or your head to cover things up. So therefore, we come from a hood. So because, as we said, the information is what we lack. So there's a lot of things being covered up, and there's a lot of misinformation that we have obtained, and that we got to be rebuilt. So back to the community, a community is just about, it's where we would control the press, the money, the banking, finance, cars, and all that good stuff. So it's a difference between a community and a neighborhood, man, that I'm just going to put the truth out there, man. We just got to, research and then get more of the truth out there.
I like the community. I like that community, that commune. You right? The community. And it's unity. And then they go to unity at the end. So go ahead.
Then you got that hood, what he said, that hood, that's the excuse. That's my excuse for not succeeding. You say you're covered up. You can cover up your the ability to move forward.
Yes,
and
Lord.
say, I'm from the hood. I'm straight. I'm a hood. I'm straight where I'm from. I know what I do. I die for my hood. You know what I'm saying? You become you have that excuse to be with lack thereof. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I love that. And then you switched it up and said that the community where you are unified, where you are looking after your people, because we all would stand here and say, oh, I got the most people here, I got the most people there, and then look at your boy and he ain't got no shoes on, but he's still standing up there trying to do his thing. But now, because we are a community, we are unified, and we making sure my man prosper. You know what I mean? Hey, here, man, come on, go with me. Let me get you right.
Absolutely.
I ain't gonna have, and you not have.
Absolutely. Hey, go ahead. Go ahead, Q.
I mean, that's the whole difference, man. And when I say a hood is something you put over your face or put on your head to cover things up, we are the ones being covered up. You know what I'm saying? I remember when the European people, Caucasian people used to lock their doors, and I found out, somebody talked and said, man, you know why they lock their doors and why they look like that? Because really, they not really afraid of you. They're afraid of what you know. See, they know once the information is passed on, that's where the power is. So they like, you know what, I want to do, they know what's going on. Because we still don't know who we are.
Nope.
We still don't know who we are as people, as a person.
Yep.
So it's historical, man, that these facts remain, that until we find out who we are. See, we keep trying to jump the gun, and we're going to be all these millionaires and business owners, and they're going to take it from us, man, because the foundation, what you're building on, already been misinformation.
You got it. You got it.
Understand if you don't know what your God-given talents are. Like Sir said, them 3 type of people, man. People find their way, but they Oh man, it's deep, man. It's deep, man. You know, like I said, like certain what we're doing, we're teaching people how to fish. We ain't just trying to keep feeding them. You know what I mean? I pull hungry because I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, but at the same time, all these people feeding the hungry. Some of these people going to the same spot 2 and 3 times a week. Guess what they doing?
What?
They making the older people sit back and be like, oh, you know what? I ain't got to work because they bringing the food. If a man don't work, he don't eat. So therefore, somebody come keep feeding you for free. I think you just not gonna work.
That's it. You got it. You got it. And you know, listening to you talking about the whole makeup of, and that's what I think about even when people go to prison. You know, they got the 3 square meals and all that, you know? And when they get frustrated enough, they say, well, I'm just going to go back where I'm comfortable. You feel me? Now, you know what they used to do for the people like us that educated back in the slavery days, right? He used to kill us. Anyone that was educated, they killed them. They killed them. See, the deal is we can educate our children to the point where if they get one of the leaders, there's too many of us. There's too many of us leading. Now you got the kids leading. You know, I was watching a story yesterday about this young girl. She's 15 years old, and she got coerced into being, girlfriend to a porn star, right? But she didn't realize, how deep she was getting into it because she was young. See, when you deal with a young mind, they're so vulnerable and their brain's so mushy. By the time they figure out what's going on, they're into a whole nother. They're being led down to the dungeon. You hear me?
They're being dumbed down, man. And I ask people now, I say, who's raising your kids? Everybody keep in a rant to try to find money, and like what you're doing, sir. These programs that you're doing, man, this is the best kept secret, man. Like you said, they killed the educated black man.
Yes.
So, but we still have that stereotype now that people are scared to give each other information. Like, we cannot empower the other people if they still scared to move forward or to come up in life. You know what I'm saying? The power has always been in the number.
Absolutely. Hold that dot. Hold that dot, Q. Hold that dot. Hey, Patrick, I love you, man.
Yeah.
I love you, brother.
Okay,
I got to loosen up one of these lines. I'll talk to you in a minute. God bless you now. Have a great day.
All right, Q. Peace, bro.
Hold on, Q. All right, hold on. I'm parked. Caller, you on the air?
Good morning.
Good morning, brother. Hold on, I'm going to go conference this in.
All right.
Hey, Q, that's Roosevelt. Roosevelt, that's Q.
My brother, good morning. What's up? Good morning.
How are you? You been chiming in? You been listening to what we're talking about?
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, brother.
Hey,
It's cold down here, boy. I know you were froze out, brother.
hey, let me hold on, young man.
Warmed up this morning.
Oh, we're gonna warm you up. I gotta add something. I know Q was on. He was getting ready to say something, and I'm gonna say this one more time. Our children are being led to slaughter. Their minds are not set up to handle the abuse that's being put upon them, right? But check this out. When we begin to arm our youth in a way with teaching them about financing, educating them on things that they have no clue, what'll happen is the tides will turn. The tides will turn once you educate, especially children, when they're looking for something. Most children are looking 15, 16, 17, they're looking for direction. They're looking for somebody to teach them something. But when you teach them economics, it gives them a certain level of freedom to be able to learn something else. Can I get a witness? Somebody talk to me.
I believe that. I believe that sincerely. In fact, I'm going to get ready to start teaching at the colleges and the high schools about being an entrepreneur and why they need to start their own business.
why it's important for them to be the person who don't stand in the line and wait for a job. Is why it's so important for them to be their own economy.
Lord have mercy.
As you look, people asking for raises. But why are you asking for raises when the gas prices, the people who give you the raises, got to raise the food in the grocery store. They got to raise the gas prices. They got to raise the tire prices. And you still going to be at minimum wage. You can't just keep on increasing minimum wage. You got to increase your own economy.
There you go.
So this is what I'm getting ready to do.
And you know what? This is why I tell a lot of my business associates now, and I'm going to say it out loud so anybody that ever watch this broadcast, if you have our products, the products that we sell, your best bet is to take your business card and a bottle of fragrance, take it down to the nearest college, spray it for them, ask them for their opinion on that smell, and then tell them you're looking for distributors. Because the closer we get to dealing with our little seniors in high school, citizens that are in college, they're the ones that are going to help us. They're the ones that are going to come back and help us with the younger kids. I can't do it as adults. We can't get enough kids in. We have to get the kids to teach the other kids. That's where the energy is going to come from.
You know what I was thinking about too, sir? Is that the first step in really teaching economics, it should, if you think about it, it should just come from the home. Say, for instance, you have kids and you raising your family and stuff and you paying bills. If the parents really, when the kids become of age and sit them down and show them how to market and break down those bills.
Yes.
Because kids grow up, mama just paying everything, they never see it. See, that's the part of that lack of information. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
if parents start breaking down the water bill, the light bill, the gas bill, start letting them understand that you're being charged for what you use. On your bill, it says your usage.
Yes. So
you can't, I hear a lot of older adults saying they budget their money, but they not budgeting the usage.
Lord.
See, if they charge you for what you use, then I think you would go back and kind of critique your usage. So when you got the sink running, you won't be in the bathroom running the water saying why your water be high.
Yep. And the electric bill. You'll shut that light off. You'll shut that light off, wouldn't you? You'll shut that light.
Yeah, you'll shut the light off if you don't need it. I say, open the blinds. You know what I'm saying? Like the blinds open, you let the light in. Like you know what I'm saying? You won't have to use as many lights in the house, but then cut them off at the same time of day. Put the TV off at night. You know what I'm saying? The TV already is bad for our health. You know what I'm saying? Like cut it off at night. You sleep better.
Yep, and that's why
my mom taught me at an early age, really early, and I thank God for her. When I used to get my little paycheck, she used to take the whole paycheck. This is what we're going to pay bills on today. And I want you to go to the store and buy some groceries, too. And I used to be so pissed off of love, man. She learned me the value of $1.
Value. There it is.
And she made me pay bills at the house. Phone bill, light bill, something. At least one bill. Because if she didn't, guess what? I would have been kicked out of my house. I would have been lost a car. I wouldn't know how to feed myself. I wouldn't know how to budget. I wouldn't know how to do none of those things.
Yes.
But if you got there in the house that's forcing you, and that's enforcing it, you learn how to budget your money.
And that's where it comes back down to that science of what the name of this show. It says, are you going to be a businessman or are you going to be having to deal with the bondsman? Either one is going to happen. It's how, like y'all are saying it's how you educate your youth when it's early. The value of everything that's happening, because even the value of their life. What is your life worth? What is the usage of your life? How are you using your life so that you won't get locked up?
And another thing too, sir, that I've come to realization is that if each individual understand that they are the most important thing to any aspect or anything in their surrounding, that people don't understand that we have what it takes, man. We have what it takes to
we really do.
Not just save America, but the whole planet, man. If we just understand what it takes, man, we're gonna get knocked down. There's gonna be some murders. There's gonna be some. That's what they've been doing.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But if we're gonna continue to fear that, because like you can't do it by yourself, so they want to come try to get you, come get me. It's gonna be done. Because now you know, like you were saying about the jail situation. How can we keep them out of jail when we keep promoting all the rap music that keep dumbing them down? So I say, who's raising your kids? The news, the TV. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I put it like this here. Sometimes we don't look at TV for a couple months or look at certain shows or even news. I feel better when I don't even see what's going on the news because I have no of what they trying to program in me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Or television. I would tell people the television is exactly what it says. It's television. It tells everybody business but yours. So long as you keep sitting in front of the TV being a couch potato, you'll never get off the floor. You'll never get out of the ground.
Yes.
I agree. The other day, I went to the local newspaper. I told them, I said, you need to write about this. I need to be in your newspaper. Instead of you putting these murders and fake shots in here, let's put some activity saying how we're going to recruit these youth to get into business. I said, you need to do a report about it, and we need to do it quick. Because summer is coming. These young people want to do more than what they think they are doing. Because they're not trying to give them no jobs. So I need to be in your newspaper making it happen quick for them.
And what they say?
See their why real quick.
What do they say?
Man, but what we not doing, man, we got to, here's some more of the truth that we got to get out. People like Michael Jordan. All these people line up to buy this man's shoes. But guess what they don't know? They don't know that he got stocks in the prison system. The same people wearing his shoes, he investing in the prison because he know how they get the money to buy his shoes. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these big corporations, they got money invested in you going to jail. So really, like right now, I was looking at a documentary where they got to find out how to stop the murder. Because guess what? The whole aspect was, like Sir said, being a bondsman, being a male slave, or being in prison. So therefore, if they keep the rate that they're killing each other is too fast. Now the government saying, you know what? We ain't sitting in the prison beds up. So now I'm really sitting back waiting to try to figure out what they're going to do next to stop these murders. Because see, they want people in behind the bars, man. You feel what I'm saying? That's their whole thing. Because they want to kill you. They'll kill you themselves. But how it's going now, I think it kind of got out of control, man.
I tell you.
2 or 3 days, man, kids, they dead from gun violence.
I told you.
It's crazy right now. They got to sit back like, we're not sitting in these beds. So that's how they making their money.
I've been preaching, but the deal is they ain't going to be able to build the prisons fast enough. They're building too many. The cemeteries are going to be filled up, and they're not building the jails fast enough. But
that's what they're doing. But you know what they're doing? They're stacking them on top of each other.
Right,
man.
right. And it's still they know it's going to be out of control at some point. That listen, I said it like this: even the politicians at some point they come into a realization that if we don't do something, like you said, we don't do something. This country is in big trouble. We already know the war. The war is coming. It's coming. It's coming. But we can. If the only way that it won't come is as the way we do business with our youth. That's the only way.
And also in our community, because
community,
like myself, like for instance, starting a non-profit, it's hard trying to get funding. You got to be approved for grants and stuff like that. So they send back looking at what you're doing in order for them to say, okay, we're going to click on for this and see what he going to do. But then I look at those guys that keep saying they drug dealers. I was once that dumb person as well. I ain't knocking it, but you gotta, you know better, you do better. So I'm listening to some of the music, not trying to stay in tune with what people are saying, and they bragging about being in the club spending $100,000, $200,000. But then you got 3-4 corner stores in your neighborhood that they too scared to buy. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
We won't even buy the property in the hood. Well, we'll go say we spent $200,000-$300,000 in the club on liquor. You could have bought a club. That's stupid. You could have bought a club with $100,000, man, $200,000.
Man, don't believe all that foolishness, man. But let me chime in real quick about this issue. We all doing the right thing, and I'm glad, sir, bringing this bill out here to allow us to see what some of our faults and what we need to change. because I've been seeing it for many years, but I just never knew how to actually get it. But now I say, look here, I'm going to put myself in the front and let the rest of them follow. Because guess what?
Right.
A lot of people don't want to do nothing. They want to talk about it.
Right.
I was in the hair salon giving out my business card about this issue. And I'm like, look here, man, we need to do something. Because these are our future. Because the parents of today are looking at the same music of their children. The parents of today are wearing the same clothes of their children. They don't try, they want to be young, and they want to be active. They want to be their friends. They want to be their mentor. It's not that you can't be genuine or happy for your children, but you got to be the leader of your child in a positive manner, because we got problems, and I see it each and every day. And the thing is, if I'm talking about it and I'm not doing nothing about it, I'm part of that problem.
Oh yeah.
So I choose to do something about it.
Absolutely. And you said people they wanna follow, but that's what we're gonna need. We're gonna need these followers and to turn them into leaders. As long as they're following us, we can turn them into leaders. We gotta have it, because I mean, you got leaders and you got followers. Like I said, you got ones that are making it happen, the ones that are watching it happen. So as long as you got followers, we're in great shape.
Power our people as we doing the economic change in the situation, man. As far as our mindset, we got to start letting them know, man, on the historical fact that what we really are, about even with this Black History Month. I mean, you see the same people, man, since I was a kid. Martin Luther King, Jackie Robinson. There's so many people that, like I said, we've been so misinformed, man, about those things. You know what I'm saying? That we should know more about our history, man. We should know more about Moors and stop saying black. I'm reading that black ain't even a color. It's so much stuff, man, that we just like we can't just jump over the necessity that I think we need to figure out. Because all people have is a bunch of questions. Why? It's like, look, you gotta work, you gotta work and talk, you gotta listen while you work. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You just can't stop and just have a whole bunch of questions. You gotta get out there and try to figure things out, like you did, sir, myself. If I would have just listened to people saying, hey, man, they ain't gonna do that, and I would have listened to them, if I would have just took heed to that negativity, I wouldn't have made it this far. But I knew I was destined to be somebody. I didn't want to die in the hood. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to live in the hood the rest of my life.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I started making preparation, man. I said, I know it's something better out here, man.
Yes.
I know I should just be right here to the remainder of my life.
Yes. And you know something, Q? I'm glad you said that, because I knew too. That's the same thing. If I had a list, I wouldn't even be where I am today. If all the people that told me, man, you ain't gonna be able to make no difference, you ain't gonna make no change. And if I had to just listen to it, I say, you're right. I'm not gonna. All this is just too much. I believe there's nothing too hard for God. I believe that with everything that I got. I believe that our ways in America is going to change before I die. Way before I die. I'm going to get a chance to live in harmony with the changes that we're fighting for. We're going to be able to see it with our own eyes. We're going to be able to embrace it. We're going to get awards. They're going to give us awards. Awards for what? I don't need the awards, but I'll take it just for the exposure to know that there's a now getting back to what you just said about Black history, that the Black history, I want to be remembering Black history today. I mean, you know what I mean? While I'm alive, I want them to say, I'm a part of Black history, or whatever the history they want to call it. But they want to call it Black history, call it African American, call it whatever you want. But I want to be known for my works while I'm alive. I don't want to be like Martin Luther King. I don't want to die before I'm recognized. Do you understand?
Absolutely. I looked at something the other day, and I was looking at Bill Gates, okay, and then I was looking at Muhammad Ali. Both of them was very intelligent guys in two different eras.
Right.
The thing is about Muhammad Ali, when I looked deeper into what Muhammad Ali, he wasn't just a talker. That guy was brilliant, very brilliant.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And what I learned from Bill Gates, that guy didn't want nothing from nobody. He didn't want no money from his parents who already was influenced. He wanted to make his own money. So look at this. Do influence play a part in business? Of course.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Influence do who you know play a big part in business. Do the reversal of that does play the same influence? Sure it does in the hood. And the people who grew up in there, who told you that you couldn't do better, who keep on continuing to be in the same place. Good people. Both of them good people. Both of them bad people. But the thing is how you motivate yourself. We all come from one tree, Adam and Eve.
Yes.
And we got to treat each other with respect in a different manner. But don't forget who you are.
Go ahead.
No, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Don't forget who you are. I want to be recognized. And not only do I want to be recognized, I want others to be recognized while they're alive. I'm talking about I want us to be recognized by the tens and hundreds of thousands. You understand? It wasn't for this movement, because it's a movement. This is nothing but a glorified movement. If we don't move our children, they're going to be moved one way or the other. They're either by businessmen or by bondsmen. Either or by death.
And those words, with those definition, man, that movement, that people gotta understand, man, the movement, you cannot have movement without motion.
There you
know
go.
what I'm saying? And when you go back to talk about the history, no matter what we put in front of it, the difference between the African American history or black history, here's the difference. Because it's the word history itself. See, there's a history, then there's a his story. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
See, he been telling his story.
Yes.
And his story ain't our history. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And it's a different. Then we can say, well, I would say some of the main problem is because everything that they try to give us has a diss in front of. We've been disenfranchised. We've been disconnected. We've been over-represented.
And dismissed.
You know what I'm saying?
And dismissed.
That, man, that we don't know each other.
And dismissed.
Yeah, man, we don't know each other, man. You know, black people don't want to shop with black business. You know what I'm saying? You know, we don't trust him, don't trust him. They're like, you know what? You don't even know him. We spend more time trying to, you know, huh? Can I chime in?
Yeah, real quick. We only got like a minute left.
Look, if you ever get a chance, watch 12 Days of Slavery.
What's the name of it?
And then watch 12 Days of Slavery and watch The Butler. Those were two different eras, two different black men, and then I want you to go look at Reggie. His name Reggie, the first black billionaire he did
Dudley?
Of the food company, Beatrice Food. If you look at that would took that era to another level. But brother,
listen. I need you to post that on the comments so that we can know what to do with that. And the same thing with you, Q. Anything that's going to...
Reginald Lewis, got it.
Reginald Lewis. Okay, make sure you comment so that our listeners can read it. And Q, same thing with you. You got any comments, please put it on our comments on live stream, okay? Can you do that?
Yes, sir.
Hey, I love you guys, man. I got to chime off, man. God bless you. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Right, great broadcast. Thank you, guys. God bless you. Now, like I said, what are we going to do with our children? Are we going to teach them making businessmen and women? Or we're going to get them to deal with the bondsmen and women? Okay? So I'd like to thank you for tuning in. Make sure you share. And make sure you follow now. You get right in and you go right on in to Live Stream Sir Media Group and go through there. Hit that green button, follow, and make sure you comment and share. Until then, I'll talk to you tomorrow at 9 o'clock. We got 9 o'clock in the morning. We're going to be talking about Tech Talk with Trudy. God bless you. Have an awesome day.